Ah, yes, hello. Ah, awesome, wicked. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, let's rock. Wicked. Yeah, sorry, I'm starting a little bit late today. I was trying to get a few things prepared. Right, so, wicked. Awesome. Let me have a look. So, what are we going to be doing today? Um, starting with a load. Okay, so my plan today, if you've looked, it's to introduce armoured units. So, I'll explain what I mean by that. So let's see where we got last time, and then I'll tell you what we're going to be working on doing. Right. So at the moment we've got two cards. One which makes these little attackers, and one which makes these little defenders. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a new card today that basically it sort of essentially gives these units armors. Yay, morning, you right, man? How you doing? So yeah, so we're gonna get we're gonna have like a new card which gives them armor, and what armor does, it means they can do their thing. So a defender can defend, but instead of dying instantly afterwards, it just loses its armor, and then just goes back in line. So the idea is, if you get a lot of attackers and you can keep like most of them armored, then you're not actually going to be like, you can then kind of keep a sort of sustained attack and defense. So that's my plan. So I'll so there's quite a few things that I'll need to do, and I think as well, it's more like I'm saying this to myself, I think I want the armoured units to sort of move in front. So there's going to be your basic units that are unarmoured, and then the armoured units, as soon as they become armoured, they're going to push forward. And we'll see how that goes. Like, because I'm just worried that it's like, if you're playing like really late, like if you're doing a really tough boss where you need a massive army, there's just going to be too many beams on the screen. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I know. I was thinking, yeah, we've just clicked over to the afternoon, but I still see it as morning. You know. Awesome. Right. So I think before we do any of this, we're going to have to get hold of the armored unit sprites. So let's get hold of that now. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. One thing which I'm going to do. I haven't actually opened a script yet, and that takes a minute, so I'm just going to open one at random, just because it needs to do the loading. I feel I can get that done at the same time. Maybe, nope. But, right. So let's have a look. Okay, yeah, I can do this at the same time, I think. Let's hope. Now, I think it's 96, so... So, I'm going to get all of these sprites. Oh, I think there is actually an argument. I know that quite a lot of people, when they're doing a stream, they'll actually have like a little countdown timer to before they start. So I mean, like, as in, they'll still go live and they'll just have like a timer that's like ticking down, say, for 5 minutes or something. So because yeah, I think it must have given you the notification 5 minutes after I like clicked to start streaming. So that is a consideration. I could have a separate thing which is just like a timer that goes down. But yeah, thanks for letting me know if that's good. Right. Nope, not that. Sprites. Okay, so we're just grabbing all of our armoured... Oh yeah, there we go. I'll put them there for the time being. So yeah, this one there's quite a lot that I need to do today, and so I'm gonna see how much of it I can get done. I think, like in an ideal world, I'm going to get it so that not only have I created the concept of having armoured units, but get them to actually physically work against the enemy, and create the cards that give like armour. Yeah, it gives people time so they don't miss anything. Yeah, you're completely right. Like, I suppose that's the thing. Kind of, I just assume that it's like as soon as I click start, then it happens. But yeah, there is a bit of a delay. Right, blue armoured beans. So we're creating a folder here, which is blue armoured bean. And we've got defend, idle, move, and it's pretty much the same. I know at the moment we haven't really utilised the animations as much as we could be. Oh, my head's in the way. There we are. So what have we set all our... I just want to have a look at the settings that I've set all the sprites. So I've done it 1 to 8, and then everything else is normal. Oh, and oh no. Yeah. So this is idle. Yeah, I think it's these 10 here. And then move is... Yeah, that makes that easy. And... Oh yeah, of course. Let's defend. And that looks like we're setting them all to 1 to 8 as well. So this is just determining the size of how big they will be when in the actual game. So I think 1 to 8 is good. I've written 1 to 5 twice now. There we go, 1 to 8. Point filter and no compression. That should be good. Right. And it's one thing which I quite like about programming. It's like I've got a vague idea of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just sort of piece it together and then sort of cross all the problems as I come to it. Right, so that's that, and we want the red. We want the attacker beans now. Let me just close all this. Yeah, red attacker beans. Oh yeah, red armoured beans. Sorry, yeah. Oh, for some reason I've got spaces. I don't think that should matter. I'm just going to get rid of the things that aren't that relevant. And we've got attack, idle and move, that's fine. So yeah, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just setting them all into different categories. So when we're actually looking to do like an attack animation from the armoured bean or an idle animation, we can just follow the folder. We can use the path and it makes it a lot easier. So create folder. Right, we've got attack. Idle and move. these. So I think it's... Okay, right, now let's just make them 1 to 8. Right, fantastic. Okay, now we can start. We're going to soon get to the interesting programming bit, where I'm probably going to do like some quite a lot of like green text and like a lot of comments, and then try and work out exactly where we're going from there. Right, brilliant. Okay, so now, so the things that we want to consider, I'm just going to just press play very quickly. There's going to be cards that just make your already existing like attackers become armoured, and there's going to be others where you just means that you're able to summon like armoured units straight from the base. So what I'm going to work on today is getting like essentially transforming already existing units into armoured units. So how are we going to do that? So first of all, we just need a function which just converts them. So we're going to work on, like, when we have a unit out, I just want to get a function that you can just turn one unit and make it become armoured, and it will also go into the sort of front, like, yeah, into one more front line. So we'll probably start with me looking at this attack building. Edit script. Oh yeah, we can close that. Stop here. Right. Now, yeah, Control MO, just close everything up. Okay, I'll move my head back down. There we go. Yeah, right. Okay. So, public void. So I'm just getting properly stuck in. Let's just start putting code together and seeing what happens. So, public void. Convert attacker to armoured attacker. I'll put we'll actually do convert attackers too, so we can convert multiple at a time. Int number of attackers to convert. That's quite a long a long like argument variable name, but that's okay as long as it's clear. Number of attackers to convert. Okay. So what we'll also need is, this shouldn't be too difficult, but we need to create all these sprites. I just press Control C. I press Control C here, and then I press Control C again. Anyway, here we go. Right, so here we go. Put it there. So Shift Armoured. There we go. So yeah, so we're going to have some more sprites. So they become that, and obviously I do want to have like a sort of so I did actually, in fact, that's a really good question. What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I like, because I'm going to try and sort of test. Sorry, yeah, did I add the Streamlabs alerts? Now, I think I added one like for follow, and I did try testing it out. I'm going to have a see if I can test it out from here, from my phone. Because yeah, I've got to actually because there is a way of just testing it. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. Okay, all right. The answer is I think so, but I'm not sure yet. I did mean to test it, unfortunately, because I can't do an awful lot between the Thursday and the Saturday because I'm working Friday, so it just makes it. But having said that, one thing which is quite good, quite cool news is I've got a week of annual leave now, so I'm probably going to be streaming multiple times, like more than just twice this week. I'll probably be doing a few of them, and hopefully then I can actually start like getting all of these alert things sorted. Right. So, where were we? Right, we're going to. Oh, this is part of the setup. We want to do. We want to get hold of all the sprites for them being armoured. Now, in an ideal world, we just need to change some of this text here. Let's just find out. Let's just. So, it's basically exactly the same path to get to the red bean. We just need to put armoured. Red armoured bean, yeah. So here, yeah, all of this is just me putting a reference so that I can get hold of the new sprites that I've just introduced. So that should be good enough. And this is, I'm just going to do a quick test to check that we've actually got access to them. So let me just, so I'm just making one of these public. Check that we've got hold of the correct ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. So I just wanted to check that we have got access, and we do, so that's fine. I was checking they were pointing to the right area. Okay. So this will probably be done via a routine. So right, converting the attackers to armoured attackers. This is going to be incredibly wordy. Here we go. Number of attacks to convert. Right. We've got. Oh yeah, busy. So, what are all the things that we need to do? So, we want to get. Access the last being added to the bean script. Add it to the armoured bean list, which we will make. Give it the sprites, move it forward to the armoured line. Okay, so that should be pretty useful. So first of all, we need to get. Let's actually make. We've got attacker bean script. Now, how shall we do this? Attacker armoured bean scripts, and I think this will make a bit of sense. So if we have so before anything, it's if attacker armour bean scripts is equal to null, then attacker armor bean scripts equals new list. There we are. Right, cool. Yes. So we're creating a whole new separate list. So this attacker building is going to have access to two separate lists. One which is normal red beans and the other one which is armoured red beans. Okay, so we're just going to have bean script equals it's kind of annoying that the word sprite and script look quite similar when you're looking at the text, and I've realised, sort of when you're looking at it quickly. Okay, so first of all, we have now accessed the last bean on the last attacker bean by using here, and we've got it all bundled into this bean script here. So we now want to add that bean script. So actually, so it doesn't matter. So we want to remove it from the regular bean scripts and then add it to the attacker, to the armored ones. Okay, so. Okay, so this has essentially done the coding that we need to transfer a regular attacker into the armoured attacker thing. And what we've got here, this is just something I had a particular number. I'm just trying to work out where it is. So there's a particular, that's it, number of attackers in line. So we want another one of these integers, except for it's the number of armoured attackers. Yeah. So this will give a sort of reference point as to where we're going to put the armoured ones, right? Yeah, sorry, I realise I've been using the word armoured and attackers quite a lot, and it's probably, you're like, where is he going with all this? Okay, here we go. So, add, that's brilliant, okay. Give this bean script all the correct sprites. So let's actually have a look at the bean script. It's intentionally quite a basic script because there's going to be quite a lot on board and I don't want to overwhelm. So go to definition. Yeah, there's not an awful lot. So yeah. Oh, that's much easier, isn't it? Okay, cool. I've actually, yeah, that's nice actually because this one function does an awful lot of the work. So. Set sprites. Yeah, we've just got a function which is move sprites. Yeah. Okay, so what we've done now is with this bean script that we've got, we've now given it all the sprites. We haven't actually told it to use any of them yet, but we've essentially just given them. So yeah, we have given them the sprites. Now we want to. Oh yeah, let me just to get rid of this red squiggly line. I just need to put one of these in. It's gonna be bothering me otherwise. So let's just get that in there so I can save it. So this is all technically code. Okay. So where are we up? Where are we up to now? We need to work out exactly where the line is, and I think I know where I'm going to put it. Let's just close everything. So we're actually where we actually create. We're going to use similar code to when we're actually moving something over. Oh no, you know what? Sorry, just got a better idea. So I'll explain as I'm going along. But it's more like I'm going to do a few complicated things here and there, and then it will all make sense. But move. This can actually be an I enumerator. This can be a coroutine. Move individual bean to armoured position. Yeah, that should be alright. This is, yeah, this would be, I think, yeah, this will make it a lot easier. So, yeah, this is like whenever I'm doing any like any sort of coroutine within another coroutine, this is effectively the same as kind of like it being busy then not busy, but I can do it for multiple things. Right, why is that? Oh. Oh, have I got... Oh, I see. I see what I've got. I think in this building script I must have this exact same... Oh. Right, why is this giving me a red squiggly line? Oh. Oh, hang on. I've already got this. Oh. Okay. Alright, yeah, I've actually just already got it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, I see. Right, we can get rid of that. We can still use that same integer, though. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, how are we going to do this? Here, it can just go directly to the point. So, so we just need to work out the sort of calculations to work out exactly where the point is. So, first of all, we know it's got all the sprites. So, so we can actually copy some code from earlier. So we're going to give it the moving sprites. In fact, we can use quite a lot of this here. Actually, we can use almost all of this. It's not quite all of this, but we can use an awful lot of this. Yeah. So what are all the things that's going to be different? Don't need that. Don't think we need any of that. Because yeah, I'm intrigued as to if anyone else has this sort of like this same sort of technique. Oh yeah, we need reference to this. That's fine. So there we go. Okay, so yeah. Oh, and we've got to work out the column number, so it's also number of attackers in line minus number of... So the only reason I've got these numbers is to give us a reference as to where to actually put them in the line. So and I think I've actually done quite a simple bit of code here. Yeah, I realised I'm actually using an awful lot of information from here, but it's not all exactly the same. So we can actually use a lot of this code. Oh, and that as well. There is an awful lot. So, sorry, the confusion to try and explain everything that's going on here. I've made a coroutine in an earlier episode that. Let me just see if I can just bring this down. That's right. I was expecting an error message, but essentially, I've made a coroutine that makes the beam move, like that summons it, brings it out, moves it out, and then puts it in line. And I've realised that the actual concept of changing it, of making it become armoured, and then moving it into the next line in front, is actually very, very similar to the original bit of code. So I'm looking at this old code thinking I can use most of this for the next thing that I want to do. So it's, yeah, we can use all of this, and all of this. We've changed some of the numbers, but that's fine. So we just need to change some of these variables. So number of attackers armoured in line. Okay. So this is essentially working out the point. Now, at the moment, we're just working out exactly. So it will be pretty much in the same sort of formation idea as this, except for it might just be something as simple as just moving this to 2. Okay. Moving it to 2. So that should go a little bit in front. And these are all numbers that we can play around with later. Okay. Right, let's get rid of all this. So I'm just actually having a look because I think I can do a basic sort of like update function. I think we're up to P now, so I've done QWERTY, UI op, and then P is the last one. So yeah, as I say, when we're doing update functions, oh yeah, of course. I still need to physically put the function in. So convert. Right, let's just say 3. Yep, you're right. I think P is still like 3. I quite like that. I mean, I haven't done this with any game before, but I just like the idea that when I'm trying to test something, I just work my way through the keyboard until, yeah. And then it's like, if ever you're like, I know the secret to crashing someone's game, you just mash the keyboard with whatever you like, and so many things that can or can't happen. It's, yeah. Yeah. Okay. We haven't actually done this yet, though, have we? So. So here we need to go for. Oh yeah. Yeah. So right before everything, we need a for loop. But attacks to convert. Yeah, I realise, like, yeah, this is one of those times which I quite like in life, where even as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I'm sure I'm going to run into a problem. But it'll be much easier, I find, to be like, will this work? And if it does, then brilliant. If not, then it will be a lot easier to find it out, you know, because I think I used to spend ages staring at something thinking, where's the problem going to lie? Whereas I think it's actually, I find it just more time efficient to just like, that's it, sorry, I find it more time efficient to like test something and then like if there's any error messages or anything clearly going wrong, I can just pinpoint it. Right, float time equals 0. We want to wait, say, 1/10 of a second each time. So when they're converted, when they're like converted, they're not all moving at the same time. And another thing that I do want to do, and I'm going to have a little debug here. This is just to remind me for a later date. Fit awesome particle effect to symbolize a beam is being armored. Okay. Okay, so this bit of code here is just simply, I mean, I suppose this is probably one reason why people don't like C#, because this is quite a technical, difficult sort of, a bit of a finicky bit of code, and this is basically, this is just saying, can you wait 1/10 of a second, please? But like, I think I've just got into that muscle memory of like I know all the things to type, so yeah. So this is just basically saying wait 1/10 of a second between each one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so right, like I say, I think this is all the code that I need to do. I'm probably going to be stung soon and be like, oh no, I didn't do this or this or this, or this is clearly wrong, but I think it's best to actually give it a test. Good start. Speed, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's interesting actually. What actual speed? I kind of want it to take a little bit longer, so maybe half a second. And what is speed actually referring to? Speed is the time it takes to move from one point to the other. Yeah, so so the error message it gave me was saying that one of the variables, because I did a bit of copy and pasting, this speed one hasn't been. This is basically to indicate how long it's going to take for the beam to move from one point, from the non-armoured point to the armoured point. And all I need to do is just have a float speed, and I'm going to have 0.5 seconds. So I just like the idea that it moves a bit slower, because it's armoured, so it's going to move a bit slower. That's my theory anyway. Right. What other error messages? No, we're okay. P is the one that I've got to do. Okay, good. Right, we've got attackers. Let's see. All right, moment of truth. Yep, I know I done. I know where I've gone wrong. That's almost what I wanted it to do. That is very close. The problem that we've got is, I mean, yeah, as I say, this is working a lot better than I thought. Is it's essentially both of these are trying to run two different animations at the same time, and it's tripping over itself. But that's easily is a strong word, but it is fixable. I think, yeah, all we need to do is stop the animation. How did we stop the animation before? Oh. Huh. Now, I think this might be easier than I thought. There's a bit of code that I made quite a while ago that so Aaron is the name of the script that controls all the animating, and I think, but basically I made a bit of code that I can't remember how it works. I just know that I think it does work. Cancel animation. Okay, all right. I want to actually have a look at this because I think this does stop the animation, but I think it might be quite a heavy, quite an expensive thing because it's essentially cycling through. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So this is one of my scripts. Cancel. So. So that kind of works, I think. So it's referring to that, that's fine. Yeah, this might just require just a little. That's it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Right. So I think, you know, it's more like kind of I'm doing this as a sort of refresher class for myself, but I think this will be useful. Like so far, I have been using this Aaron script quite a lot, but without actually explaining what it does. So this is my own personalized animating script that, like, essentially what it does, it allows you to put a sprite renderer, the thing which gives you the pictures, along with all the pictures itself, and like it basically allows you to create an animation. Now I've got play forward once. This is the most basic one. So we've made a separate little class which just has the information that is relevant. So what we're doing first is, so when it goes play forward once, we're creating this class where we set up all of these values. So it's got all of the information that we've put in. We've given it what I call a chum number, which is essentially saying where it is in the list, because obviously there's going to be multiple things being animated at once. And then when we actually start the routine, this routine is essentially it's saying go through each frame individually. So first of all, let's start with the first frame as 0, and then however much time we need to wait, it's then going to go to the next frame, and once it's done all of them, it then stops animating and goes down. But every single time when we're waiting, we're also checking to see if the sprite renderer is, this is a little bit technical. Again, the way which I made this, it was it started off a lot simpler until I needed to make a few things more viable. So anyway, I kind of needed to do that. So if the class, the SR, is equal to null, then it will suddenly instantly stop playing. Yes. Okay. So, right, yeah, that was a little bit deep. I do apologise. But with all of these big scripts that I've made, you can sort of it just requires like a little bit of sort of out of the box thinking. And it's quite a lot of trial and error and thinking, oh yeah, like, because I've got the ability to, this one just like plays forward once, but I've got other ones where it plays forward continuously, and there's no way of stopping it unless I can actually break it out. And the way which I cancel it is, let me just get back to the thing. We're cancelling the animation by essentially finding this sprite renderer through the count, and then once it's equal to that, we're just equaling it to null, which will then in turn cancel the animation. Okay, right. I think this will actually be really funny if this doesn't work after all that explanation. Right, so let's see where we're at. Okay. Alright, we have got one attacker, which is useful. So there they are in line. Right, P. Yeah, nice. Okay. So if I press P now, it will give me an error message because there's only 3, but I want to just... Yeah, that's fine. That's what I expected. But what I can do as well is have a little safety thing here. So something like... So when we're converting the attackers... if number of regular attackers in line is greater than the number of attackers to convert. Oh no. Number of attackers to convert equals number of attackers in line. So that bit of code there is essentially saying, is checking to, is like, obviously I'm trying to convert 3 there, and there's only 2, and there was only 2 left. So it won't be able to do any more than the number that is available. So I'm just going to just give that a quick test, see if that works. Because I want there to be a good balance between armoured units and actually creating units. So, like, you think, well, as long as I've got a big army and loads of armour, but I want there to be that slight difficulty in... Right, so let's go create 10. Right, P. So those... I think I put a more than or less than at the wrong point. Because that's converted all of them in one go. See, this is why we test these things. I think it's the other way around. It's less than. It is just a less than bracket, I think. I think that's all we needed. So if the number of... Yes, yeah, that is fine. Right, okay. That looked quite cool, though. I'm kind of fine with that. Right, brilliant. And then the other 2, yeah, okay. Oh, yes, okay. All right, we're making progress. So we've now introduced the concept of creating armoured units. So what I've got next, I'm going to I've got knocking everything everywhere. Right, I have got a new card which I'm looking to introduce, which is going to be sustained attack, where like it's going to cost 1 mana and it's going to give armor to up to 4 attackers. I can make it like, yeah, that's what we're going to work on. So I'm going to create this card. You know, there's going to be quite a few little things that I need to change. And yeah, I also want it to draw a card as well. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. That was, yeah, but that's my next. That's going to be my next plan. So how do we go about that? And it's only going to cost 1 mana. So throughout all the episodes so far, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm guessing but I found it might just be me, but I found it a bit frustrating that we've got 5 mana coins and you can only ever use 4 of them because all the cards cost 2. But that might just be me. Right, so how are we going to convert all of this into an actual card? So let's go with the kind of what I would consider the sort of fun, exciting bit. Actually, no, I find this all fun and exciting. What am I talking about? But this is something which I am excited to do. So at the moment, we've got these card arts. Now, what I've actually done is I realised I don't quite like the resolution of how it shows up. So I have just upgraded the quality of these 2 cards and added a couple more. Right. Let's go. So in my card sprites, we've got card art. Yeah, these are these sort of slightly higher resolution ones. Yeah. So that's currently 64. So we get rid of those. These are the lower quality ones. And I think these can be 1 to 8. Because I've essentially doubled the resolution of them. So point filter, none, and apply. So what I actually want to do before anything, I want to just see if it has actually just updated the original card's quality. Card quality. Yeah, it has. Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to pick up, but the quality of the pictures here just looks that little bit better than it did. So good start. Right, classes. Ah, yes. Okay, I have made myself an. Yeah, this is actually going to be a lot easier to do. I think because I've got a set up card, this should be. Yeah, find all references. Oh no, we haven't. Okay, no, forget that. Right. So card class. Yeah, all we need to do is just open up all these classes and just create a new one. So it's actually sustained attack. Oh, I've actually even got the card there at the ready. Brilliant. So it's sustained attack. It's going to cost 1. Yeah, I've made other card names, but I'm glad I have got all this ready. Okay. So card cost. Card level. I clearly haven't done anything there. Or there. That's fine. So this is actually Card Sprites 3, I think. So that one is bit of a false alarm for the time being. Okay. So we can actually, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this one up here and just get the text correct. So I'm just going to drag it over. So I'm dragging, because I've got a second monitor, I'm dragging this onto the monitor that you can't see. But what I'm doing is I'm essentially just getting this information over here and putting it into, in fact, no, I can't quite do it because it'll, but yeah, so it's, yeah. Right, so that's what we're getting first. So 6 and 8, yeah, that's fine. And actually, one thing that is quite, I think it's actually, it is quite a nice sort of, it's a very good sort of programming exercise to do, which I won't bother with right now. But it's just at the moment, this has got like more text than the other cards that I've made, and this text will essentially go off the card. So yeah, it will kind of like, it will look a bit weird, like the text will go off the card because it's not, at no point are we saying it to end line. So there is actually a nice little bit of code, which, as I say, if ever I was trying to teach people to program, I'd be like, yeah, try and make it so that every 20 letters it goes to the next line, but only when there's a space. Which I have actually made a bit of code for in another game that I'm just going to steal. But for the time being, we're just going to do /n /n and /n. This will yeah, this will essentially, by having /n, the text won't be /n. It will just tell it to end the next line, end the line there, and then go to the next bit. And eventually, I'm going to actually get a bit of code that just enables you to, that just does all that for you. But yeah, as I say, it's one of those where kind of like it's just a bit of trial and error to actually get it to work, because it checks each individual. Anyway, I won't bore you too much with that. That's what I'm looking to do at some point. But that will involve me going into another project and just finding the code, which seems to work pretty well. Okay, so card type. So I think sustained attack is probably, I'm just going to call it a spell. Okay, that's good. So this might work out easier than I thought. Let's find out. So I think one of the core scripts is the Cardmaster script. It's not this script. Yeah, we don't need that. It's okay. I'll find it. Card action script. That's the one. That's the ticket. Right. Oh yes, of course. Right. So this is, yeah, card action script. Right. So this is going to be the one that actually does the thing that we want it to do. So we're going to have a new routine here, which is Oh yeah, it's actually going to look very similar to this, which is fine. So this is going to be convert attackers to armored attackers routine. And of course this had an internal busy, which I quite liked. Okay. Right, so we've got that. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, the only thing I'm trying to work out how we've actually get hold of the attacker, the attack building script in the first place. So I'm just going to go find all references. Oh, it's just when we're setting up, which is fine. Yeah, so when we're actually setting this, the card action script up, we're just getting access to it there. Right. So now we just need to fit this, fit something similar. Let's. So this is the actual card action. So when we're playing the card, it's going to do the, yeah, it's going to do the action. Right. So it's not called Armoured Recruit. It's called Sustained Attack. Oh yeah. So we're going to convert attackers to armored attackers. Oh yeah. And it's going to be 4, 6, 8. And what we also want to do as well is we want to, yeah, it's saying that it draws a card as well. I don't know how useful that's going to be at this current stage, but I like the idea that it does. It's, you know, that it's kind of a bit of a cycle card, so you can use it if you're struggling to find it, and if you're looking for a really impactful card as well. So let's go get hold of the deck script as well. Okay, so what I'm doing here, when we're setting up the card actions, yeah, I've got a function that's called setup, which is basically giving it access to all these important things that it needs to be able to do all the actions on the card. So deck script equals deck script. We just got to find where this function is actually used, and then add the deck script to it. So. Find all references. Find all references. over here. And this might be as simple as... Yeah, it is. It's as simple as just doing this. Yeah. So from the actual main game master where it creates everything. We've just got it there. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to have... Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to do everything in one go, and I have no idea. Hopefully this will look really good. Private enumerator, draw cards routine. Okay. So let's just what are all the functions? I can't remember. Right, let's go find it out. So yeah, I know that in the deck script, I'm pretty sure I've got a I'll give cards to hand. That's it. So it does all that. Yep. Okay, that's fine. I'm not very good at remembering what I call different functions. Give cards to hand. This is going to be another internal busy. And I could just put it at the end here, but I think it makes sense to actually... I'm going to do something a little bit technical here. That gives me the freedom later if I want to change it a bit. Change this card, like to draw more cards. Okay. Right, I think we're good. All we need to do now is actually add the cards in. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. IDEs are very good at knowing what you've used. I use Rider because it's better at knowing what I want to do. Yeah, is... Oh, right, okay, so, wow, I tell you what, to be honest, I'm being introduced with a few things I haven't heard of. Ah, yeah, so you use Linux, yeah. So you don't have Visual Studio, just VS Code. Oh, right, which, yeah, I think, like, because Visual Studio is actually really useful. I think when it comes to... there was actually another thing called Mono Develop, which was the default thing you used with, the default thing that you used with Unity. But then, like in one of the updates, like a couple of years ago, they essentially forced you to use Microsoft Visual Studio instead of Mono Develop. And it was one of those kind of quite difficult transitions because there's a lot of things that I just got used to with Mono Develop. Like it's a lot cleaner. It looks a lot cleaner in Mono Develop because like there's just a few things which are quite nice. So I was kind of annoyed because I was like, oh right, well I just have to swap. But overall, I think the transition has been pretty good. Uh, Out of interest, sorry, this is just me being nosy. You're saying IDEs. Oh yeah, I used it as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When Unity was good on Mac. Oh right, yeah, no, that's fair enough. um, but yeah, so yeah, what are IDEs? I mean, I know I've heard that expression. I just it's probably something that I've like yeah, I've kind of I've seen it multiple times. I just can't remember what it actually means. It might be like, oh, here's 3 words that don't mean anything, but it's like oh, okay, integrated development environment. Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, brilliant. Right. So is that like when you're trying to click something and you're trying to sort of cycle, when I do say, for example, descript dot, and there's a bunch of things that come up here, is it referring to all the things that you can click on there? Either way, like, yeah, right, anyway, sorry, we're getting so close to the actual bit where we're creating the deck. I'm excited now. I want to see if so I need to actually work out where we're, so it's find all references. Yes, okay, that was much easier than I thought. Right. Ah, yeah, okay. Right, so we're going to change a few things. We're going to have card name. So when we're actually getting the card, we're going to have comma int card level. Because as well as the other thing that I'm looking to do today is just see if the transition of having like higher level cards would actually just works. So we're going to kind of experiment with 2 things in one go. So over here, this will give an error message, which is fine. Yes, okay. So let's have a bit of fun here. Right, so comma 1. So yeah, I'm just altering the deck to see if everything still works just as well. Yeah. So now each deck is going to have 7 army cards for level 7. Yeah, so we should have like 14 cards, in which some of them are level 2, and now just so it comes up more often. Right, I want to just check that I have actually got the name. Oh. Yeah. Just put an extra bracket in for no reason, I think. I put it at the wrong place, that's why. Okay. Right. Yeah, so one other quick thing that I want to check. Sustained attack. Yeah, I just want to make sure that this spelling is correct. A plain editor lets you code, but yeah, an IDE adds features to your text editor to compile run. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh okay, yeah. Because so they're basically IDEs are the most crucial, useful thing ever. They're if I had to remember every single bit of Yeah, they're the things that. Yeah, okay. They probably. I think we'd be at about the same stage if we're on. If this was like episode 20, we'd be about here if I didn't have IDEs. Okay, because like I rely on them so much that I can't imagine what life would be without them. Okay, that's good actually. I appreciate that. That's useful to know. Okay. Card action script. Okay. So let's see if we run into any error messages straight off the bat, because I've done quite a lot of things. Yeah, so I'm testing sort of multiple things at once. Ideally, I should be just trying one and then trying another, but let's just try several things at once. Okay. Give armor to up to 4 attackers, draw a card. Yeah, so we've got the text over here that's sort of stretching off the page, which, like I say, I want to actually make a bit of code which fixes that. Right, anyway, so at the moment we've only got the level 1 attackers, so this should attack. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, it did work. Unfortunately, my actual card animation was blocking all the things that were happening, but that's still really good. Right, fantastic. One thing which I just want to know is where the defenders appear. Okay, and then we can actually do sustained attack. I'll do it over here so we can actually have a look at what's going on. Yeah, nice. Okay, brilliant. Sweet. Okay, made some progress. That's good. I like that. And yeah, the defenders. When I create the defenders, they'll eventually be further on the right. But yeah, that looks good. Okay. And so if I was to do this once more, it will just do these two. Yeah. Okay. Right. Again, I thought I was going to run into more problems than that. That sort of took me off guard. It's like, oh right, it's basically done all the things that you wanted to do. So while we're, yeah, that did that, like, because yeah, there was so many things that could have gone wrong there, but that actually, I'm happy with that. Fantastic. Yes. Okay. Right, where are we going next? So there's one of two things that I'm looking to do, and I've got to try and work out which one it is. So number one is testing, like actually getting the armoured mechanic to work. So I want then to attack just like normal, but then just return back to the non-armoured side once they're done. That's definitely a thing that I want to do. The other thing is basically do exactly the same that I've just done here, but with converting defenders. So I actually don't know which one makes sense. I think because I've got it fresh in my mind, I want to get the defenders. So yeah, I'm going to introduce the metal wall card. This will take this shouldn't take too long, but it'll take just a little while because I'm going to have to do the I'm going to have to copy and paste a bit of code. And to be fair, I think a lot of this will. I think this won't actually take too long, even though it feels like it will. Right, so we're going to close all but this. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the defenders, and then afterwards we're then going to deal with how it actually works in combat. Yes, okay. Right, so I'm going to do the classic, having a script each side. And just okay. So adding attackers and defenders. Attack total. Okay. Yeah, I'm just moving things around to make it look. So we want a... oh yeah, of course, these are all public, aren't they? I'm going to stick with public, but then I'll convert them all a bit later. Oh yeah, of course, we never needed that. I'm going to actually... let's go get rid of that now, because I think that's going to... yeah, we don't need that. Just checking, yeah. So yeah, basically this was an idea that I had earlier, a couple of episodes ago, but I don't actually need it. I thought I needed it, but I didn't need it. Right. Number of beans splattering, I like it. And I'm not sure, I think I do find this quite an efficient method, because essentially I'm doing a lot of similar stuff that I am from the attacking building as I am to the defending building. So I'm essentially putting both scripts side by side, and you know, that way I'm not gonna, yeah, and it will keep everything sort of consistent as well, keep the coding consistent. And like, there is an argument that I could have a separate class that does, but no, I prefer this. So we're going to have all of this and then just change quite a lot of the words. That should be fine. Oh yeah, we can save this. And I'll still, just so I've got the full screen on this. Here we go. Right. So let's just change words, rename, convert defenders to armored defenders. Number of defenders. Their number of convert. Okay. Oh yeah, another useful little thing. If you're looking to rename something quickly, you can press Control RR twice. Yeah, so Control RR twice. Yeah, and then it just enables you to. Sorry, Control R twice is what I should say. And it enables you to rename everything. Convert. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, I'm looking at the attack one. Okay, right, let's just Control Z. Hold on. No, it's fine. It's fine. All I need to do... Yeah, I've done this before. I just need to copy all of this. And then just go Control Z. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I've done this before, actually. I don't think I'm as far back as I would have been. Yeah, so now we've actually copied that. It's okay, we're back on track. We're not quite back on track. I press Control C again. Never mind. You know all that data that was stored in the Control C? Well, I've just got rid of it. Okay, right. So just pretend none of that happened. None of that happened. We're back to where we were originally. Right. So actually, I just want to check that this is all. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Damn. You know those times when you're meant to press Control V and you press Control C and it's just at the critical time where all the data stored I've just got rid of. Never mind. These things happen. That's life. Control R. Convert. Right, I'll do this quickly. Okay, yes. Yeah, the reason, the point which I knew I had it wrong was I was thinking there should be a red squiggly line here, and there wasn't one. And then it's like that, at that point I realised I was actually changing the attackers. Anyway, so this is actually number of defenders in line. Oh yeah. That's the one. Okay. Right. Okay. Probably what I should be doing is just have the word defend in my Control C bank so I can just convert this. I still think this is it's better to do it this way, so the coding is very consistent with the attacking. Yeah, I see where I'm going wrong. Oh. Oh, okay, I just haven't put the word bean there. Yeah, that's why it's giving me a bit of grief. I think we put it in, so... Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just changing the names, so it, again, remains consistent with the attacking one. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, here we are back where we were before. Right, yeah, where nothing's happened. I'm just imagining that sort of instant click of me going like straight from right now. I just need to fix all of this, and then just like me desperately trying to get the same frame of me being in this exact position where it's just like yeah, so we need to fix all this. And there it is, and then it's all fixed. Right, we just skip that bit. Right. The sad thing is when I was trying to edit the VODs, it's a bit more effort than I realised. So I was like, so it's like for all like the YouTube videos that I put on and everything, I've still got like the 5-minute break where I, you know, need to make a coffee or use the bathroom or whatever. I still kind of got that fit in because it turns out like, yeah, it was just a bit more of a pain to actually edit than I thought it would be. So it's like a note, if you're watching the YouTube video, you just get all of it, the 5-minute breaks and everything. Right, okay, right, back on track. So move, that's it. Yes, okay. Alright, move individual attacker being to armoured position. Rename. Okay. And I still want the reminder that I want to fit an awesome armoured thing there. That's good. I'm trying to work out. Oh yeah, that's it. So... yeah, so I'm just kind of going through these one by one, just changing the word attack to defend. I know I could actually do a full replace, just get something to search for all the words where it says attack and turn it to defend, but I would rather kind of go through it one by one, so that I know what, like, so that it sort of is clear to me as I'm going through. So there we go. So I think this should be 4. I think that should be 4. So that's making sure that it's moving in front of the defenders instead of moving in front of the attackers. Okay. So, right, we're up to ASDF now. So we're doing A. I see what I've done wrong. Let's just say 6. I want to change that. So if I was to actually, I'm going to just do a bit of an experiment here. Okay, yeah, basically what I'm doing, I'm just searching for the word attack and I want to change it to defend. So there's not actually, so this is actually done in the moving individual beans script. So we want to just change all these to defend. So when future coders look at all of this, they'll be like, oh, he's done a separate bit of effort each time. Whereas if they were to suddenly just see, why has he got attack there? Has he just copied and pasted everything? Now no one will ever know. Okay. Right, yes, there's no words, there's no remnants of the word attack in the defense building. Okay, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Right. A. So we need to create some defenders and see if they actually do the defending they're supposed to do. So we've created the defenders there. Okay. No is the answer. Let's see, where have we gone wrong? Oh yeah, hold on. Yes, I know exactly what I've done wrong. Yes, that's an easy thing. Don't worry, everything's fine. We haven't actually aligned the original defense sprites. So let me do this in the laziest way possible. And it's there. We just got to remember what it's. I think it's blue armoured beam. And let's have a check. So yeah, the problem which I ran into was that's what I wanted, blue armoured beam. Yeah, I hadn't actually. So when it was setting the sprites, it was currently null because I hadn't actually set the sprites. So when it was trying to convert them, so let's have a look. So blue armoured. So we just got to fit the word armoured somewhere. There it is. Okay, Right, but that's fine. This is why I like to do these tests. It does it feel it's sort of it is quite nice because it's nice when you get a problem and you're like, ah, brilliant, I instantly know how to fix it. So I don't know if it's a bad coincidence, but I haven't seen any of the upgraded cards yet. There's probably a good reason. Anyway, so A. Nice. Let's convert them. Yep. Okay. That's good. Right. I'm just going to cycle through because statistically we should have run into... so for whatever reason we haven't got any cards. Yeah, that's fine. So for some reason, like when I tried to upgrade... Oh, yes, everything's good. I know why. I know the problem. Everything's good. Okay, so, sorry, I'll explain. When I was saying I was testing two things, I was testing to see if the upgrading cards worked, and I think I know why it isn't. So we've got the card master script edit. It's because I still got it to 1, so we just need to put card level. So what I want to do, I want to see if we get the upgraded cards. So add 7 defenders. Now, does it actually add 7 defenders? That's the question. Yes. Yes. Right. Okay. Right. Fantastic. Okay. So we have got what we want to do now is have create the card, which is which I've decided to call Metal Wall, which isn't exact. It's not exactly the same as this. It converts more things to armor, but you don't draw a card. I just want to have a bit of sort of variety as far as cards go. So let's go start making this Metal Wall. So let's have a look at the card. What does Metal Wall do? It's only costing 1 armor, and it can give up to 10 defenders, 15. Give armor to up to that many. That's fine. So let's do this thing. Okay. So it costs 1 mana. I think that's all we need to do for that one, so I'll get rid of it. Oh yeah, we've got enough. Don't need to do anything there. Don't think we need to do anything on that one. That's fine. And it will be Metal Wall will be 2. And the text will be give armor to up to 10 defenders. Yeah, at the moment I'm kind of doing a bit of a judgment call. And I like the idea that it's like when you actually do get it to level 3, it's 25. So it really is. It's one of those that it's like it gets exponentially better when you level it up. I just quite like that sort of concept. Okay. So now we need card type as well. We're going to call it a spell. One thing that you might actually notice is all of the special font that I've used that I sort of made a little while ago. Oh yeah, by the way, this is just an FYI. Trying to make a font in Unity is an awful lot of work. That is a stressful, painful thing to do. Had I known how difficult it would be, I probably would have just tried to find another font that I could use. Just purely because Arial just looks too technical. But when you actually consider the fact that there's some words like, say, an I doesn't move along as much as, say, a W would in the text. I'll see if I can explain what I mean. And because of that, what things have text? Okay, Town Heart. So I've got a text here. So I mean it does in this case, but it's just like if you actually look over here where I'm actually putting the text, the W moves along further, and when you're making your own font you have to sort of compensate for that, and that is actually quite a pain to do. And so like I was thinking, it will make life easier if I make every single letter that I create in this font take the same amount of space along. Anyway, that was a painful process. That I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend. Right, okay. Well, so we've got all the things we need. We actually now need to find the card action script. And it's going to be very similar to this. Yeah. And just to reiterate as well, this card action script will eventually become too big. There's going to be too many things. So at the moment, I haven't got a really good plan. But I'm going to be working on somehow breaking this script up into lots of little scripts, which I don't think is too difficult. But yeah, it's more just like I know that it's like, because I'm looking to put in, I think, say, Slay the Spire has like with each class it's something like 75 different cards, and so the fact that this is going to be 75 long, and then there's going to be a bunch of these co-routines, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So I haven't worked out how I'm going to do it yet, but I will. Like I say, I'm probably going to break it into smaller scripts at some point, but we don't need to worry about that for the time being. So okay, so what I've done there is essentially I've just copied and pasted this because it's following a very, very similar bit of code, except for I'm converting defenders into armored defenders instead of attackers into armored attackers. So we've got all that changed. And let's, yeah. Yeah. Card class at card level. Yeah. And what did we have? It was 10. Now I can go back to having this at the bottom because there's only one thing that it does. 25. Okay. Right. So now we just want to add some metal wall cards to our deck, which can't remember where how do I do that? No, it's the card master script. So yeah. Going to make that only say 3. But we want a few of these just to make sure that they work, and this is going to be metal wall. I'm just having a quick sort of, metal wall. Okay. Right. So let's see if it works. Again, I've done quite a lot of things, so there's quite a lot that could go wrong here, but let's go find out. Okay, metal wall. Right. So it's not going to be the most efficient metal wall. So let's see if this works. Yes. Okay. Right. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to check as well that the 7 attackers, and there are 7 attackers. So in theory, oh wow, I got all these metal walls in one go. I suppose that's because I put 10 of them in my deck. I can't be too surprised. Yeah, nice. Yeah. All right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. That's so okay. Now the bit that I'm actually really excited to do is deal with the armored stuff in combat, which might be a bit complicated. This is one of those things which, what I'll do, I'm going to have a good sort of stab, see how far we get, and I think in order for me to do that, I'm probably going to hit a bit of a coffee, because so we've made a lot of progress. We've made 2 cards, both which armored, which both give armor to our current cards, and now and then we're going to actually get the armor to work. So I want them to, the idea is I want them to stab, lose their armor, and then go back into their sort of non-armored state. Okay, right, brilliant. Right, making good progress. Right, I'm going to quickly right, I'll get rid of that. Uh, yeah, right. So just while so I'll be back in about sort of 4 or 5 minutes. But yeah, have a little, yeah, do a bit of subtle advertisement. By the way, if you're on YouTube, just feel free to skip past this bit. It's like, no, I need to watch the time where Pete's having a break. But yeah, anyway, I'll be right back. Oh wow, whatever genius made this game must be incredible. Right, okay, cool. Sorry about all that. Yeah, just incidental. It's like I just have this feeling that I'm gonna have like sort of like a Mars bar or something, and be like, oh wow, this Mars bar's really great, and then it's like yeah, just incidentally, and then like sort of yeah, but yeah. Right. Anyway, let's get the music back on because I forgot. I always forget. Anyway. Right, yeah, rock and roll. So where were we? So we're going to actually get to the bit where they attack. I've got one of those sort of filter coffees where the coffee sort of drains down. So I want to actually just get to a certain point where the monster's there and then just remind myself exactly how the attack works. So... And sorry, I just want... It's fine. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, monster script. Just got to remember exactly where we are. So, yes, it's the perform attack routine. Oh, of course, I had a whole end turn thing. So this I still want up, but we're going to close all but this. And we've actually got, it just occurred to me, the combat script. This is the thing that does everything. So the monster performs the attack. This sorts out the number of defenders. And let's go to the definition. And what I also want to happen as well, and this is like an intentional thing, I don't want it to be randomised. I want it to go for the armoured, like the armoured defenders are going to be defending first, and then it's going to be the regular, the non-armoured defenders. So how are we going to do that? Right. I need some serious black coffee. So what we're actually affecting. So we're always. I realise this is actually going to be a little bit more tricky than I realised. So. Let's just try and work out what's happening on here. Okay, actually, I think what we need to do is have on these buildings here, I want to have another smaller bit of text underneath that's like in brackets to indicate how many are actually armoured. I think if we did that, everything else will actually become a little bit easier. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah. Because I think that by having that done, it will make the next bit a lot easier. So let's go into the attack building. We've got the 0 there. We want another text, which is going to be, we'll just call it armoured text. Maybe I have it on top, I think. Yeah. Let's have a look. Where would make sense? I have it there, but I want the text to be smaller as well. So character size 0.25. That's okay. And so we want access to this. And we're just going to have a little number in brackets to indicate that. So armored text. Okay. I don't think this will take too long, but this will definitely help in the struggle to actually get the armoured to do armoured units to do the thing that they want to do. So let's go. So build text trans. I also want to make sure that when you don't have any armoured units, it won't have 0 in brackets. It just won't be there at all. So it will be something like this. And I guess this goes near the top. So it's not going to be called building TM, it's going to be called armor TM. Yeah, so TM is short for text mesh. Okay, so where we've got setup, we're going to have it actually underneath here. No, on top, that's fine. So yeah, so we just want to get access to it. So get components in children and text mesh. It's not that. One. So the normal big text at the top is number 0. So this is number 1. Okay, and now we want and you've probably guessed this. I when I make the do all the changes to the defense, like the defense building, it's going to be a lot of copying and pasting. Yeah, at the moment it's quite safe to keep this public, and I'm going to have a big process at some point where I just convert everything into private that doesn't need to be public. So now we've got access to there. Attack total. And we're going to have armor total. Yeah, I always make sure. It's like I always want to have the spell armor in the English way. So we're creating a function so that we can set it. So armor total equals armor total and then text equals yeah, so this is just a basic function to set the armor, but what I want as well is if armor total is greater than 0, we want to do this. And actually I want to do, have I actually made curly brackets in my, yeah, let's find out. Armor text equals right. Yeah, so I intentionally, you don't need to see a 0 if it's not there. So what I'm looking at now is I want to set the number of attackers. So it'll actually be number of attackers in line. So this is actually just, I just want to check that this works. I'll probably need to do another little thing, but let's check that this works. Let's put some of my coffee. Oh, it's still got 0. That's because, yeah, I know why it's still got 0 there. That's fine. Stop giving me cards that I don't need to. That's it. Right, so sustained attack. So in an ideal world, it will move everything over, and then we'll have a 4 there. Although, a slight problem, I want it to be in brackets, but I haven't actually created a sprite for those square brackets things yet. But that's okay, because we're going to use the other brackets. So, first of all, this armored text, this can be actually just not even 0, just nothing. And I kind of want this to be a sort of a round-ish number, so let's just put this 0 back. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my brain is just it's going a mile a minute. Right. I think actually, yeah, the parentheses brackets I have actually got programmed in. So let's check this out, because yeah, this particular font is this font here is like one which I made myself a little while ago, but I don't know if you've also noticed there's only ever capital letters. Yeah, just couldn't be bothered to put in lowercase letters. You don't need them. Right, come on. So at the moment it's nothing, there's nothing there at all. We put this up. You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. um, I actually know how I could fix that. Obviously, it's a bit wonky in the brackets, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. That's good. So we're just going to quickly do the same. So do the same for the defence building. Brilliant. And we're just going to put... There wasn't that much code to put in, was there? So let's go get hold of this. Put them side by side again, just work out. And because I've just called it Armoured, it means that I don't even need to worry too much about... there we go. I don't need to worry about actually changing it to like defense armor units. I can just keep it the same. And going through both at the same time. And I think we can literally just copy and paste this. This should be fine. Let's go get rid of that. So all we need is to actually that'll give me a red squiggly line. Good. Here we go. Right. Hopefully that's everything we needed to do so that we can get that number in the bracket. But yeah, one thing that I'm looking to do as well is have some sort of animation for like armor sort of coming on and breaking off. But yeah, I haven't done that yet. That might be like something for my next episode. Okay, right. We're actually going to have an efficient metal wall here. So, right, what we want to do, we want to see this happen. 10 of these things become armoured, then move to the front line, and then we have a little 10 in brackets there. Let's see. Let's go. Sort of works. Except for it's over here. That's okay. That's easily fixed. That is no problem whatsoever. All I need to do is have this as 0. Let's just hopefully it will work quite nicely. Yeah, 10. Brilliant. Beautiful. Okay, right. So now we've got that in place, it's going to make the sorting the combat out a lot easier. Let's go keep this here with his buddies. We might need access to that in a bit. Okay, combat script. Right, this is the key. This is the important one. Right. So we've obviously got to change it, but it's just I've made the text a little bit easier. I've made it, hopefully, it should be easy to incorporate the defenders. So oh, that's interesting. So how are we going to do this? We want it to destroy the armoured ones first. So, in fact, with here, I think actually a lot of this is going to be number of beans to destroy. Okay. So I think we can actually do quite a lot of this within the defending building. So what's actually happening? So we don't need any of this, none of this. It's make beans splatter routine. Okay, so what I think makes sense is instead of like obviously with armoured stuff, it's all it's going to do is lose armour and then move itself back into the non-armoured route. So how are we going to do that? We want to, yeah, and I think what would make sense is as soon as it sort of gets knocked back, but just right into the ideal place that it needs to go. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this does require quite a bit of brain work, but let's go for it. So. Okay. So. So actually, yeah, we'll do the old green comments. So we're just going to do comments here and then just sort of put it together because I realise it's quite technical what I'm trying to do. Or technical for me. I think there's probably going to be other sort of coders who are like, oh, this is really easy stuff. But it's a lot easier if we just have comments. So first of all, so I might need to change the destroy defender beans. I might need to change the whole name of this, but right. So check the number of armoured beans. Convert the correct amount of armoured beans into non-armoured. Which maybe, yeah, convert that into there. Take that number off the number of beans to destroy. Okay, this might not be, now I've actually broken it up, I don't think this is going to be too difficult. So I'm kind of annoyed that I've called it number of beans. I think just for simplicity, I'm going to change this by rename to damage to take. That will probably make it a little bit clearer. So if damage to take is greater so if armor total is less than damage to take. Yeah, sorry, this does require. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes, it does. Yeah, like it's one of those sort of programming things where you're just like, yeah, I've got the coffee. I just got to wait for the coffee to sort of kick in. Right. So armor total is actually, let's just have. Maybe we don't need that. Forget that. We're going to have number of armoured beans to downgrade to, this is a really long algorithm, not armoured. Okay, equals damage to take. Okay. So if the armor total is less than, it might be oh my gosh, what is happening with my brain today? Let's have a look. So at the moment we're is that, but if the armor total is less than damage to take, that's fine. Then it equals damage to take. Okay. Right, now we need to have a routine where they just sort of bounce down into being non-armored, which is going to be similar to all of this, but not quite. So we're going to have a public void. We'll just simply have it as convert armored defenders to non-armored. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I've hit my stride again. I think I know where we're going now. But this is why I like coding. I like that sort of like genuine, like, yeah, as I say, I do apologise. I know there's quite a bit of dead air sometimes where I'm just staring, I'm thinking, where are we actually going? But I do like that sort of, that feeling of like when you're trying to think of a solution and then you can kind of work it out. Yeah, these are really long sounding functions and routines. And what I should do actually as well is I should have number of, just to make it even longer. Okay. Don't think we actually have busy here. We're going to have okay. So We want it to bounce back in line. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. So, because we've got to work out exactly where the actual line would be. Let's worry about that for the time being. So we're going to have because we don't want it to all happen in one go. So that's fine. Sorry. Yeah. So armor total minus equals number of let's convert. Yeah, there's a small problem which I think we're going to run into, but I think when we get there, it will be. I'll have to work it out. It's just because I want to move it back into the line where the defenders would be. But if the enemy attacks, it's destroying some armor, and then it's some armored units and some defense units. I need to work out the exact location as to where the armored ones are going to back off into. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got a better idea. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this one, it's going to be a bit of trial and error, but I think this will actually work. This should work quite nicely. Okay. So, so what do we want it to do? So. Sorry, just doing the easy bits, and now it's the quite technical bit. Okay, so we want the armoured. Let's just go find it. Let's go find the thing. It's this one. So we're getting access to that. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I've got actually a good idea. Okay, right. Tell me what you think. I mean, like purely from a coding perspective, it makes it a lot easier, and I think it'll look a little bit better. What will happen is the armoured things will still get knocked back in the same way that the non-armoured would do, so in that sort of random-like fashion. But then they move back in line afterwards. I'm thinking that because I think that'll be a lot easier to do, and I think it'll look better. Maybe it'll look better, but more importantly, I think it'll be easier to do. Okay. Convert individual. Armoured beam to non-armoured. Yeah, looking. And number of being I have here public int Yeah, I realise it's a bit painful. It's like in my head I thought, oh yeah, I'll just like the coding will come, but this is quite technical. We'll say downgrading. So we're actually going to use something similar from the splattering one. And we want to make sure so this one here is fine. Yeah, that. Oh. Okay. So it moves over there. And instead of getting it destroyed, it's going to change its armor set to idle. Yeah, so that's fine. In script dot. Set sprites. We can. I'm just going to work out where I've got the code, so we're creating it. Yeah. Okay. Oh my word! I didn't quite remember. I didn't sort of consider how difficult this is to do. Yeah, we just need that bit of code. That's just setting them back to being normal, to non-armored. Okay. Play forward continuously. That one. Okay, so yeah, this is just making sure it does the idle sprite, the idle animation. Okay, so at the moment, what they've done is they have bounced all the way back and they're waiting, and I might have another separate function that moves them all in place. That shouldn't be too difficult. Actually, it'll be a little tricky. Let's see how that is at the moment. So they get knocked back, yeah. Find a way of moving them back in the defense line. That's fine. And it always gets worrying. You're thinking, oh gosh, right. So, but I think this is okay. Oh dear me, this is pretty tricky, but so yeah, so when it's taking damage, let's see what the actual line of things. So. Splattering, that's fine. So destroy defender beacons. I could just change that to take damage, but that's okay. So, oh, seems to be. I think we're okay. Sorry, I had a little technical glitch there, but we're okay. Right, so damage to take, number of that. What's that? So. So we're going to do convert. So start coroutine. Convert armoured defenders into non-defenders. Oh no, we don't even need to do that. Yeah, that's fine. It's not coroutine. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, so here we are. I think we actually can. I think we can just take that over. Oh, well, that's not a routine anymore. In that case, we'll have internal busy. So I'm making a few ideas up as I go along, but I think this is kind of how it works. So we're going to have a public bool internal busy. Internal busy. There we go. Yeah, I realised. Yeah, this is actually a little complicated, but internal busy equals true. Okay, that's fine. So it's at the moment it's knocking them all off. Yeah, as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh no, I did not compensate for having armoured stuff, but that's okay. Lower defence. So yeah, that's fine. So over here, the actual damage that we're going to take is it's actually it could be like, yeah, the actual amount of defense that we're going to lose could be 0 if we've got enough armored units. So we've got to do the maths to work out. So what would it be? So the actual damage that we're taking. Oh yeah. So there we go. Actually, I'll put that in. Put it in this one. Right. Oh my word. Right. Yeah, so, yeah, that's right. So, like, ideally, the number of armoured in line is kind of the same as the armour total, but I do want to keep them separate. Okay, so we've converted that. Yeah. So we're going to have a separate integer. Loss to armour. Loss to defenders equals right. Let's have a look. Probably should have had this as a separate episode. I want to see if I can actually finish this. So we've taken so the damage that we're actually taking is loss to defenders. Yeah. Yeah, this is this. Right, now. So, I'm going to just play this whole thing through in my head and try and work out exactly if this is going to do the thing that I want it to do. So, we're doing the combat routine. We've got the number of defenders. Yeah, so the idea is even if you have, like, say, 10 armoured defenders and they've got a 15 attack, even though they're armoured, they're going to block 10 of it and still take 5 damage to the town heart. And I just want to, like, yeah, this is quite a difficult thing to integrate, but let's have a look. Yeah, I think this is one of those where I'm probably going to run into error messages, but let's bring on the error messages. Let's go for it. Okay, no error messages so far. So our plan is we want to just build up as many armoured stuff and see what happens. Because at the moment I still haven't made them walk back. And we'll work out all the things that we need to. Yeah, yeah, bring it on. Like, I know there will be problems. Okay. We may as well put some attackers on. So we can actually get a big line of defenders. I kind of want to make it that you won't be able to play the cards while the... oh yeah, so we've converted all of those. That's good. Trying to work out why that cost. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. Oh no, okay, I think that's just, yeah, for whatever reason, that's not showing the correct number. So, oh, there's no defenders here. That's kind of annoying, but that's okay. But yeah, I think, like, I'm getting part of the way. We may as well convert these last 2 defenders. Okay. So I kind of want some that aren't. So, right, this is the moment of truth. Right, so before I actually click end turn, I want to just say what I think is going to happen, what I hope is going to happen, right? For this first attack, he's got 15. I think we've got 17 defenders. So 15 of these things are going to bounce kind of randomly, and they're going to remain there, but they're going to lose their armour. And yeah, okay. So let's just see what happens. I see what I've done there. I've made one do absolutely everything. That's still actually slightly better than I thought it was going to be. But believe it or not, that's still kind of better. So we need to make sure that we're not doing the same one over and over. That's because we didn't take it off the list. We didn't take it off the list. So it's just doing that one is doing it. What essentially there is far too much going on in this one thing here. So we didn't actually remove it from the armored defenders list, or indeed add it to the defenders list. That's good. That's why we do this thing. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Making progress. So defense. So what we actually want to do is have a bean script here. Just checking I'm in the right place. Yes, okay. Bean script equals this one here. Oh, no, not quite. Sorry. Let's see what I've done. Jumping too many hoops at once there. So we're getting access to this bean script from its armoured perspective. We are now removing it from the armoured beans, which is yeah, here's where it just gets a little confusing, but I've just got to I'm just thinking out loud. I think it makes sense for temporarily keep a separate list, which I'm just going to call held. So we're going to have a held list of these are the essentially the defenders that have been armoured. They've knocked back, but for simplicity reasons, it makes a lot of sense to keep them held in a separate list. So we're going to have a third list, which will be which I'm going to call held defender bean scripts. So we keep them held aside, and then later. Yeah, one bean does it all. Yes, I mean, it's like, even though it didn't look that amazing, it's like that bean has been given quite literally 15 different orders to change its animation, stop its animation, start a new animation, jump somewhere. It's got, yeah, that one bean has got loads going for it. Right, we're going to have held. I think that's the answer. Right. Held defender bean scripts. So we're creating a whole new list here. It's more like I just want to hold on to it and work out where I'm going to put it. Yeah, so we've already taken it off there. So we have removed it from there, that's fine. We're getting a bunch of held stuff. And then we want to... So actually, you know what? Like for... Now that I've done this, I want to make sure this is public. Oh, it already is public, that's fine. Yeah, and I want to see if like all like 15 ideally armored beam units are held in this one place, and then I'm going to worry about putting them back into the defensive line afterwards. But I think it's more like small steps at a time. So yeah, and now that we've actually removed it from the list, it should be like all these armored ones. That's fine. Okay, right, let's go. Talking to myself, but I I think we're making progress. Right, let's go. It's also, while I'm kind of getting to this next bit, I was realising a little while ago, my mouth, my brain doesn't work fast enough to compensate for what I'm talking, so I'm thinking of something that I'm about to say, and then I'm like, oh right, I'll start explaining it, but then like my brain hasn't worked out like the next part of what I was going to say. Right. I wonder why that only used 2, or why that one didn't. But oh yeah, of course, because we haven't actually dealt with the concept of there being 0 mana yet. This would be a terrible, like if we were playing this would be a terrible hand to have right now. Yeah, I just haven't dealt with how that last one sorts itself out. That'll be. It doesn't actually change anything, but yeah, the last mana coin should have been spent. So I just want to see if I do that. Yeah, it's only spending that last one. I can fix that, but I won't worry about that now. Okay, we're in a similar situation as to where we were. So, what's going to happen? This thing's going to attack. 15 of these are going to go flying everywhere. They're going to hopefully 15 of them will. And I'm going to check the defenders to see if we've got 15 in the held thing. Because ideally I want them to... So, this is going to get knocked back, and then these are going to eventually, after everything's been dealt with, they're then going to move back in line. That's what I'm looking to do. But I think... Anyway, right, let's just do it. Right. Not quite. That is not quite what I wanted to do. Wanted to happen. So first of all, how many of these armoured ones have we got left? Because it should have taken 15 damage, but I think I might have just done the maths. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. It's like yes, I completely I do agree actually. Like, because I want to explain everything as I do it, but sometimes I'm just like, where am I going? What was I doing again? So I want to have another quick look. Are all of these flashing? And yeah, that's fine. It's because I didn't stop the original animation. So defense building. So it's only moved 7 of them. Whereas ideally I want it to move 15. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just trying to do the. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably should have counted the number. Oh, so it was 27. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So first of all, let's just work out if there is 27 beans here in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Hasn't quite worked. I tell you what I'm probably going to do. Let me think. Because yeah, like I've realised this is quite a pain of a thing to do. And like as much as I like the sort of struggling process, this one does actually require quite a little bit of thought. So let me. It's actually similar to, not actually completely off track as to where we're going there. But I think what I'll do, I realise I've been going for a little while. This is going to be a good sort of thinker. I'm going to probably offline try and work out like a sort of easy way of doing this. But like, I think this is going to be a little bit too much work. What I want to do for now is just work on something slightly simpler. So I think we've done quite a lot of the groundwork, but there's just a few little technical things that need fixing. So we still actually made quite a lot of progress. I want to do something like slightly lighter. So one thing that should be like I said, requiring less brain effort is I want to work out why the last mana crystal doesn't get spent, or the last mana coin doesn't get spent. This one should be fine. This should be one of those nice kind of easy, relax, chill, because because I don't think I've quite got the brain power to do this full actually dealing with the armoured stuff quite yet. So we'll work on something slightly easier. So spending mana crystals. I'm looking at this code. This looks really simple code. And I don't know why it doesn't. Let's find out. Oh. I've got a -1 there. Oh. Okay, I see what I've done. Because essentially it can't ever access the one that's essentially number 0 in the array. So I think we do that and then just -1 here. Okay. It might be that simple. Let's give that a try. So let's just see if it works. Yeah. It might be that simple. Okay. So let's just see if it just this works. Okay, it's spending like normal. Let's just do another turn so I don't deal with other error messages. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so we're spending 7. We're making 7, making another 5. Okay, and I still want to just check that I still can't yet. It's not letting me cast that because it's 2, and we're going to convert these attackers. And it spent the last one. Okay, fine. Okay, that was easy. Right, that was a lot easier than I thought. Okay, brilliant, wicked, cool, nice. So that was okay. Right, yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy. We're just kind of in that sort of zone of let's just get some of the easy things out of the way. So one thing that annoys me as well is the fact that this bean is in front of there. That again is very easy to fix. We just need to make the order in layer when we're hovering over to just be a lot higher than what it is. So let's just make it say 20. So let's go into this card script. Edit script. First of all, let's just stop this from continuing. We've got, we just need to, when we're moving card in front, we've got the sorting order there. All we need to do is just make it higher. Let's just go make it 25. So these should be 26. Because that's the most important thing. When you're hovering over a card, you want to know exactly what it does. So... right. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to give that a test. Yeah, okay. So this should ideally just go straight in front of the beans. But I want to just give it a test, check that works. So, yeah, so now it's going in front, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and we can't do anything else. Okay, all right. Yeah, I told you that. That was a nice, easy thing to fix. So now, like, none of the beans are getting in front of this card. Now, okay. So this is man. Okay, right. I kind of want to do it from scratch. We've got another a thing which is going to be. It should just be a bit of fun. This is like, as I say, it's a really good programming exercise. It's like if you were, if you're new to coding, this is what we're going to try and do. Is get it so that the text always remains within the actual card because it's kind of moving out there. This one shouldn't be too difficult. Right. So. Yeah, okay. Don't worry. I know where I'm going. We need... So just within this class, we're going to have a separate public string make text fit in box. So yeah, I'll see where I go with this. So we don't want int character length string actually. I just normally have, for some reason, when I've got a string that we're looking to, I just normally put str at that point, so string. So, here we go, 4. I've changed my mind, boys. This is gonna. I'm gonna steal it from. I'm gonna steal the one that I made from my original thing, because I remember this being actually a bit of a pain. Because what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get the text to fit in, and this will actually be I don't think I've quite got the brain activity right now to do that. So I think I'm actually going to. I'm really sorry. I'm probably going to call it here, because I've realised. So just so we don't get turned. Realised this is actually going to be like I'm going to steal it from my my other code that I did before, because this is it just requires just that little bit more brain activity than I need. So I'll do that off stream, then I'll explain what I do. What I've actually done there. Yeah, right. Anyway, right. I think I will. This has still been a really productive episode. Yeah. Brain fatigue from streaming. Yeah, exactly. Like, kind of, because I think the important thing is to note when you're thinking like, I have done a lot, because essentially the work which I've done today would normally take me a full day. It's just what I would do is I'd be happy with one little bit and then be like, brilliant, I can relax for an hour. Whereas I've done quite a lot of things, like the fact that I've got the armor converted, I've got that noted. So we'll actually do a quick summary of what we have actually achieved to make myself feel a bit better. Let's have a look. So what we've actually done that's different is we've introduced 2 more cards that enable you to give armor to your units. We've also added the card level component. So now these ones, there's like 7 here, so like we've got like level 2 stuff, and it's a bit of a useless hand. So okay, now I'm just going to test to see if will this give me an error message. No, it just spends it. That's fine. That's actually what I wanted to do. Okay. We have. Let's have a look. Yeah. We've also made it so that we have a bracket when there are armoured units. And I just wanted to see this bit here as well. That's fine. So, bracket there. So we know that in the attackers, there's 24 attackers, in which 4 are armoured. There's 10 defenders, in which all 10 thing. And now, unfortunately, this does require a bit more work. But what I'll have to do either, I think if I did this at the beginning of a fresh stream, I would be able to, I'd look at it with slightly better eyes. But yeah, so like I say, it's like having all of this progress is actually really good. But I realised actually trying to sort out the armoured stuff to do it exactly what I want to do, I just can't quite do now. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking by. Yeah, like I say. This has actually been really good progress, and I do and thanks so much for all the support as well, KO2 fan. It does actually genuinely, because I genuinely think because I think it's quite nice because there's not many people that I can talk to about actual sort of code where you're and you can actually you can sort of understand roughly where I'm going with this. So this has been absolutely awesome. All right, so anyway, I've got a week off, so I'm going to be next time going to oh I see. Oh, huh. Oh my word! I can actually add that now. Okay, that's actually. I didn't know. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. What what KO2 fan was discussing? Oh my word! So I can actually add extra tags, so I'm slightly easier to find on Twitch. Again, these are all really useful things that I just had no idea of until right now. This is I'll tell you what, KO2 fan, you're a proper champion. I do appreciate this, man. Yeah, I'm actually adding these for later. Yeah, programming. Yeah, okay, so what I've done, I've added a few more tags so that people can find me slightly easier on Twitch. But yeah, this has been absolutely awesome. Right, yeah, so I'm going to, like I said, I got a week off, so I'm probably going to be doing like at least 2 more or maybe 3 more streams throughout the week to make some progress. Right, anyway, yeah, this has been absolutely awesome. All right, anyway, right. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Yeah, let's rock. All right, bye.